but only three. When the Green Berets, we shall overcome slowly.
Okay, real talk. When was the last time you heard a song and thought, this might get me thrown in jail? Well, back in the 1960s, that wasn't just a paranoid thought, it was real. Some records didn't just stir controversy, they sparked riots, led to police crackdowns, and put people in handcuffs. You see, music wasn't just background noise back then, it was a weapon, a movement, a revolution wrapped in rhythm and rhyme. And for some unlucky fans and defiant performers, playing or even singing the wrong song at the wrong time came with real consequences. From drug raids to political protests, these 10 songs didn't just break records, they broke laws. So buckle up, because the deeper we go, the louder the trouble gets. 10. Fortunate Son, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Fortunate Son. A raw, unapologetic jab at the elite dodging the Vietnam War draft. It was anti-establishment, anti-hypocrisy, and depending on where you were, illegal to play publicly. In some southern states, playing this track during protests led to arrests for disturbing the peace or inciting unrest. Yeah, just playing it. At one protest in Texas, 3 students blasted it from a boombox while marching and were tackled by cops within minutes. Why? Because local officials labeled it anti-American. But ask yourself, who really disturbed the peace? The protesters with a speaker? Or the truth they were blasting? 9. Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, James Brown.
Say it loud.
This one didn't just rattle nerves, it shook the entire system. James Brown dropped this anthem during one of the tensest times in American history. Civil rights protests, riots, and assassinations were everywhere. And then here comes Brown telling Black Americans to be proud of who they are, loudly.
Sing it with joy. Say it loud. All right. Hit it. Say it loud.
In some cities, especially in the South, cops treated public performances of the song as acts of rebellion. In Birmingham, Alabama, a high school talent show was shut down mid-performance when a group sang it. Several were arrested for disorderly conduct. Think about that. Young people arrested for pride. It's not just a song. It's a statement that scared the hell out of the status quo. 8. Street Fighting Man, The Rolling Stones. It wasn't just American artists stirring the pot. When the Rolling Stones dropped Street Fighting Man, it hit different. Lyrics like, what can a poor boy do except to sing for a rock and roll band? Weren't just catchy, they were explosive. In Chicago, 1968, during the Democratic National Convention, protesters blasted this track while clashing with police. That night, over 600 people were arrested. The police report literally cited incendiary music as a contributing factor. Some radio stations even pulled the song before it could hit the air. Was it just a soundtrack to chaos or the spark that lit it? 7. White Rabbit, Jefferson Airplane. Now let's talk about a song that floated on psychedelia and landed folks in cuffs. White Rabbit may sound dreamy, but underneath the Alice in Wonderland references, a full-on nod to LSD culture. The song's trippy tone and veiled drug imagery made it an anthem for the counterculture. In 1969, at a college in Florida, campus police arrested 3 students after they played the song at a happening in the woods. Authorities claimed it was part of a drug party based entirely on the lyrics. "We followed the rabbit," one student later said in court. Turns out it led straight to county jail. Music as evidence. Wild, huh? 6. Mississippi Goddam, Nina Simone.
Everybody knows about Mississippi, God.
If you've never heard this song, brace yourself. Nina Simone didn't pull punches, and Mississippi Goddam was her fiery response to the murder of Medgar Evers and the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing.
Everybody knows about Mississippi Goddam.
She called it a show tune, but the show hasn't been written for it yet. This song was banned in multiple states. Copies were broken, sent back to her label cracked in half. And in one infamous incident in Jackson, Mississippi, a young civil rights volunteer played the song over a speaker system at a sit-in.
Black hat crossed my path. I think every day's gonna be my last.
And was arrested on the spot. The charge? Obscenity. But what was really obscene, the word goddamn, or the violence she was protesting? If you're enjoying this dark but fascinating trip into 1960s music rebellion, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you never miss a beat of history, controversy, and culture. All right, back to the tracks that rattled cages and raised fists. But 5, Let's Get Together, the Youngbloods.
Everybody get together, try to love one another right.
Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Sounds harmless, right?
Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together.
A peace anthem, a unifier. But in 1969, during a student-led anti-war protest in Ohio, authorities claimed this exact song, played over loudspeakers, was an attempt to organize civil disobedience.
Just one key unlocks them boots, they're at your command.
Several students were arrested under the state's inciting to riot law. Their crime? Encouraging unity? The irony? The lyrics literally beg for peace and understanding. But when peace becomes a threat, you know the system's shaking. There are 4, Blowin' in the Wind, Bob Dylan.
And so my friend is a blowing in the wind.
We all know this song. It's practically the national anthem of asking uncomfortable questions.
Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly?
But in 1964, during a segregated concert in Atlanta, a group of black students sang Blowin' in the Wind outside the venue in protest. Police swooped in and arrested half of them, claiming they were causing a disturbance. The students later said the song was chosen because it asked what everyone was thinking, but too afraid to say. Dylan may have only asked the questions, but the answers? They got people jailed. Number 3, Ballad of the Green Berets, Staff Sergeant Barry Sadler.
But only 3 when the Green Berets.
Now here's a twist. This song actually supported the Vietnam War. It was patriotic. It was pro-military. So how did it lead to arrests?
The brave men of the Green Berets.
Well, in 1967, 2 anti-war protesters stormed a radio station in Berkeley while this song played live on air. They saw it as government propaganda. The incident turned into a brawl and both were arrested, ironically under federal sedition laws. The irony is thick. A song supporting the troops ended up inciting anti-war action. It shows just how explosive every track could be, no matter the message. Twigs 2, The End, The Doors. Now let's talk dark. The End by The Doors is long, haunting, and poetic, until it gets disturbing.
Can you picture what will be?
The infamous spoken section references patricide and incest, 2 of the biggest taboos ever.
So limitless and free.
During a live show in New Haven, Connecticut, Jim Morrison performed an extended version of the song, ranting and yelling into the mic. The cops weren't impressed. Mid-performance, Morrison was arrested on stage for indecent exposure and profanity. Though the charges weren't directly about the lyrics, many believe the performance of The End pushed the cops over the edge. It's art, it's madness, and it got Morrison a criminal record. Number 1, We Shall Overcome, Pete Seeger.
We shall overcome.
Here it is, the anthem of the civil rights movement. It's not violent, it's not loud, but in the eyes of segregationists, it was pure rebellion. In Selma, Alabama, in 1965, Protesters, arm in arm, sang "We Shall Overcome" as they marched. State troopers warned them to stop. They didn't. Dozens were arrested, some were beaten, and yet they kept singing. This wasn't just a song, it was a battle cry wrapped in melody. And for many, it was worth going to jail over. Because sometimes the most powerful weapon is the one you can't silence. So there you have it. 10 songs from the 1960s that didn't just top charts. They sparked arrests, challenged the law, and echoed across courtrooms. Crazy, right? That a 3-minute tune could lead to handcuffs? But that's the power of music. It moves people, it scares power, and sometimes it gets you locked up. Which one of these stories surprised you the most? Or better yet, do you remember a time when music pushed the boundaries in your town? Tell us in the comments. Your memories are part of this history too. If you got chills from today's stories, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more vintage music deep dives, and share this with someone who remembers the days when a song could spark a revolution. Until next time, keep listening, stay bold, and never underestimate a good song with a little bit of trouble in it.